Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A and I'm doing kind of an unusual video again. Hopefully this you will find helpful. It kind of came up recently in one of my videos when I said something about the cocoa powder spoiling in my original chocolate bar palette, and I was getting concerned that it was getting older and I wanted to replace it. And a lot of people jumped right on and said, oh no, don't worry about it. You know, you can use it for years, won't be any problem. It made me wonder just what expiration dates are on makeup. You know, makeup has an expiration date, and this is kind of a two-part video. In the first part, I kind of want to tell you a little bit about expiration dates on makeup, and the second part, I want to discuss a little bit about makeup hygiene. The first thing is when you are looking at expiration dates, for instance, for milk, usually it's pretty clear. The date is on there and it's pretty clear. I usually take from the back. My mother always told me, take from the back, it's fresher, because they do a rotation schedule in the grocery store, of course, as you know. They put the things that are older in the front, so if you just grab something off the rack, you're grabbing the oldest. If you go way in the back, you'll get something that just got put there. So in most cases, taking from the back is a smarter plan. Anyway, this is, you know, January 19th, so I know I'm still good with the cream. Sometimes they stamp the dates on to like grocery items, and you can see that there's like a date stamp there. Eggs, of course, very important. They have an expiration date. And we know a lot of times these expiration dates are a little generalized. Sometimes stuff can last a little bit longer than the expiration date. On vitamins and drugs, usually there's an imprint like this with ink, or in this case, very important drug here, on the bottom it's imprinted. It's not, there's no ink, but there's like an imprint, and you can see the date that, you know, it's expired. Of course, things like cookies and perishable items will have a date on here, and of course this one doesn't matter because it's not going to make it to the date, if you know what I mean. Nod, nod, wink, wink. Even dog food has to have expiration date. Like this is a bone I'm sending to YY. This has an expiration, best before this date in 2017 or whatever it is. So the darndest things have expiration dates. So wouldn't you think that makeup has an expiration date? The European Economic Union made a lot of changes in the last few years, and especially with cosmetics. They don't allow certain ingredients in the country. They don't allow things to be expired to be sold in shops, and they had to come up with a system that would show people whether something was going to be close to its expiration date, or whether it really was be ineffective or it would be unsafe to use. So they came up with this symbol, and it's called the PAO symbol. And if you look at, when you open a container and you pull the lid off, this is what it looks like. So this is the symbol. I'm going to show you a quick little video here all about expiration dates.
Many of us covet our makeup. We love it. We love the containers, we love the colors, the shades. Have you ever seen symbols like this on the packaging? Each one of these symbols represents a time frame, and that means when you open a product, you have this amount of months left before that product expires. Exposure to light, heat, moisture, and transmission of microorganisms, elevated temperatures, they can increase a product's breakdown, and they can quickly become laden with bacteria. These symbols are to help consumers understand how long they have before the products break down with normal wear and tear use under normal temperature conditions. Note that none of them really last longer than 4 years, and some of us have used our products for way more than that. I have lipsticks and I have some eyeshadow palettes that are 5 and 6 years old. There are ways that you can help extend the life of your product by spraying with alcohol, keeping things clean, keeping your brushes clean. But use these as a guide to help you understand how long your products really do last before they start to break down. You can write them on your calendar, or you can put them on your Outlook calendar or on your phone, or you can even create a makeup journal in which you can write different aspects of the makeup. But when it's expired, even if it was expensive, unfortunately, the place to go is the trash can.
So keeping that in mind, you're going to want to look for that symbol on things. Like this is a Smashbox foundation, and right here on the bottle you'll see a tiny little thing that looks like this with the open cap, and it's got a 12 in it. So that's 1 year. Hourglass has one on the back, 12. So you really should use this in a year. Those of us who are using our stuff in a year probably are doing more of an important mission than you would imagine. Mascaras. As soon as you open that puppy, you are opening up. You heard that pop sound. This is exposed to air now. It's a liquid. I'm going to put it on my eye. I may have eye yuck there. I call it eye snot. I may have eye yuck there, or I may have a cold. Achoo! Okay, I've just spread little microorganisms everywhere. It's kind of a hot day. Putting this right back in, and I'm enclosing it now with all this liquid inside. If it's a hot day and I have to go to work, turn off the air conditioner and go to work, this is sitting in the heat. Liquid enclosed, air has been in, and then over time bacteria is going to grow. I mean, if bacteria had a face, it would look like, what was that, Hellraiser, the one that went that one? Or the little thing in the Karen Black movie, you know, yeah. Anyway, that's how I envision bacteria to look. This is a It Cosmetic CC cream, 12 months. 12 months. This is a perfume. Too Faced, 12 months. Tarte Contour Palette. It's a powder product. This could be 1 to 2 years or 18 months. And you'll see the symbols in different places on the boxes. This one happens to be here. Elf. On the back of the box, you'll see it right in here. It's kind of fun. You can actually look at all your stuff. There's some big surprises here. Like this is the all-nighter spray from Urban Decay. Now this is something you probably keep on your shelf for quite a while and you don't really use it that often. It's only good for 9 months. So if you've opened, this is just a sampler, so if you've opened your, how many times do you use your all-nighter spray? Are you going to use it in 9 months? Lipsticks, 18 months. 12 to 24 months, or 18 months is on some of them. So if you're spending a lot of money on that NARS lipstick, on that Tom Ford lipstick, make sure you can use it up in time. This is why you really should be shopping your stash, because it's so important to use things up before they go bad. And here's a little eyeshadow single from Jane. On the back here is a little symbol. Cover FX. This is a beautiful anti-aging primer. 24 months, so 2 years you have to use that. Sonia Kashuk, nice eye palette. 12 months. Stardust. It is 12 months. Lorac Mega Pro. This one was hard to find, and I thought at first they didn't have one on there. Where they have it is up here in the writing, way up in here, and you can hardly see it. I think they're hiding it. It's 24 months. Here's a foundation from Pixie, and on the back it's actually on the tube. So, I mean, you can have some fun looking up these things. Now this is 24 months. This is a nail polish. Nail polishes are generally 1 to 2 years. So I see walls of nail polishes behind a lot of YouTubers, and I always wonder, how old are they gonna be? And then you think, oh, well, you know, it's not really that dirty. We need to talk.
The natural oils from within your skin carry bacteria to the skin's surface to be cleaned away, but some of that oil stays behind. So when you use your brush on your blush, apply to one cheek and then double dip the same brush to do the other cheek, those oils and their bacteria are transferred onto the blush. A sudden uncontrollable sneeze or cough while applying makeup can leave germs and bacteria on the surface. The skincare products you use before makeup application can contain bacteria which then cross-contaminate your makeup, especially when using a sponge or a puff for application. The hands are always carrying bacteria, and those bacteria are transferring into your products, particularly if you use your fingers to apply makeup. Gee, who does that? Reapplying lipstick or lip gloss after eating could lead to food particles and possible bacteria on your lipstick. Can dirty makeup brushes make you sick? Jo Gilchrist was a 28-year-old single mother. She went out with one of her friends and she asked if she could borrow some of her makeup. And she looked great that night. She started to feel sick about a week later. She had caught a staph infection from using her friend's makeup and brushes. She almost died, but now she can raise her son from the confines of a wheelchair. The sad truth is that a lot of us share makeup, either knowingly or unknowingly, and also our own makeup. We don't take care of it. Have a look at some of these petri dishes with makeup. These two items are things we like to hang on to way longer than we should. But look at the bacteria that grows in lipstick that's really old. Have you ever swatched stuff at Sephora? Have you ever stuck your finger in something that looks like this? Really be careful, because they found fecal matter, they found E. coli, they found all kinds of different bacteria and diseases teeming in samples at Sephora counters. Not worth it.
Okay, when you go into like a grocery store or a Walmart or somewhere like that, you usually look for that little cart that has these things, and you wipe down your little cart handle and you wipe your hands and you feel real good about yourself because you are clean and that is clean, and you know that when you go grocery shopping you're not going to pick up any bacteria. When you use a face cloth or flannel, you rinse it out, you hang it up to dry, and then usually you throw it in the next laundry cycle that you have. Same thing with like a hand towel. After a few uses, you want to put it in the wash. So why don't we use that philosophy with our brushes and our sponges? Why don't we clean these things? And stuff we're putting right around our eyes, how dirty is this? How dirty is the packaging from holding it with dirty hands? Do you cough? Achoo? Do you sneeze? So I've got a brush that's kind of dirty. I'm going into here with it. I'm going into my eye, maybe picking up some of those eye oils or yuck or other shadows. Going right back in, gonna go do the other eye. You see what I mean? So there is hope for this kind of thing. And what it is a rubbing alcohol you can get at the drugstore for just $2 or $3. This is a 91% alcohol from CVS. I just picked it up today actually. And you can get an empty spray bottle and then just pour this into it. And what you can do, it's kind of neat actually. You can spray the outside and wipe it down. And then you can open it up and wipe it down. You can spray alcohol directly on your shadows and let it sit there and kill off all those excess germs. Those of you who are insisting on keeping your eyeshadow palettes for 10 years, and I got a lot of crap when I put that up, and all of you jumped on me and said, oh no, you just use your palettes for 10 years. Nothing's gonna happen. Yeah. There's lots of bacteria out there, and you know, we're going through cold season right now, and I've told you before, like I have a runny nose in the morning lots of times. What do you do with a runny nose? You're like, oh, you know, and then I put this around. Well, then I'm putting this up under my eye, I'm putting it over here, and then I'm setting it to dry on the container. Do I wash that after? Or do I let it set and teem with bacteria? So this only takes a few moments to dry, and it kills off the surface bacteria. As you know, it's pretty bad. Now there are products like this. It's only like, I think $3 to $6. This is e.l.f.'s brush cleaner. And what you do is, after you've used your brush, you can just spray it with this, wipe it down, and you can actually wipe it off on a tissue. I'm just using a cotton for demonstration purposes, and let it sit and dry. So in between major washings, you can keep your brushes clean and have less of a chance of getting face breakouts or E. coli. When you go into Sephora, you stick in your hand, you're swiping. I go home, I got all these swatches up and down my arm, even right up into the bat wings. I've got swatches of all eyeshadows and foundation colors and blushes and lipsticks and everything. I'm just covered with colors. And somebody may have just changed their baby's diaper, they may have a runny nose, they may have coughed into their hand, and then they're sticking their finger into that sampler swatch. And then I come in and stick my finger into that swatch and go like this. The worst is you're doing it right here, and then you maybe go like this, maybe rub your eye, fix your lipstick, then it's going into your mouth. You wipe your nose, going into your nose. So, I mean, I don't want to be like a germaphobe on you or anything, but I think that it's important to remember that your makeup is a hygiene product, and it deserves to have clean applicators for it. And I think that's why a lot of us have several brushes. You know, we have several brushes that all look kind of the same. So like, I know that when I use a brush like this one on my, you know, base color, one day I put it in my wash bin, and every Sunday morning I do my laundry, I wash all of my brushes and let them dry on a paper towel, and I clean all of my palettes. I spray them all with the alcohol and just let them open up. It really doesn't take that much time or effort, and it's a really healthy way to deal with your makeup, because you really should take care of your makeup, and that will take care of you. Because if you let it go, if you play Russian roulette with eyeshadow, these are your eyes, you know. If you've got an old mascara that's 6 months to a year old or more, just because you spent a lot of money for it and you don't want to get rid of it, this seems to be working fine, you're putting that right up next to your eyeballs. I mean, you could get pink eye, you could get E. coli, you could get all kinds of things from rabidly bacterial and laden mascara. So anyway, I don't mean to be so preachy. I think that this is a great thing to have. This doesn't look bad on the vanity or close by. And just use it. Use it on your mirror, use it on your drawer handles, use it on all of your outside packaging. Just spritz it, let it sit. And you've got some protection there because your hands aren't always sparkling clean. I mean, you may have just cleaned up in the living room or read a magazine or done a whole bunch of stuff and didn't wash your hands, and then you're coming in and you're putting makeup on. So just be really careful and know that there's an expiration date for your products. And I'm sorry to be the messenger on this one, but it's a dirty deed, but somebody's got to do it. Look at those cookies. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Take care. Toodles.